Hey there, we're going to jump right into lung meridians. We're going to talk about their location, the organs, and I'm going to show you the paths on the video because it would be a lot easier than to just write it in with my blog post. So this is in conjunction with my blog post that I have on my website, desperatetoBeWell.com. And so we're going to be looking at my mannequin friend here. And so I've used this. And I've also used a couple other things I'll show you in a second for identifying where these meridians are at on our body to help us. So for the lung meridian, the neat thing about the lung meridian is it's the beginning of all of the energy for the entire body. And this is not medical advice. This is just stuff that I've learned on trying to recover my own health. And so it's just informational purposes only. So this lung meridian basically starts at the lung and it works its way out and it goes down the arm to the thumb. And if you look at the mannequin really close, it'll give you a path and it will tell you with the L. I can't believe I did that. Yes, this is my first video for YouTube and I'm nervous. Okay? I'm nervous. Anyway, so I just wanted to tell you that L is not for lung. LU is for lung when you're looking on meridian charts. And LI is for large intestines, and just L is for liver. So there you go. Proceed. Which one it is. And if there's a hard time seeing that, I've also used this handy dandy chart here. And it's a lot easier to see specifically what exactly, if you notice right here, this is the lung meridian. And it starts right about here on the body. And then what you'll do is it goes up a little bit and then it goes on down around and it stops at the thumb. And if you look closely, you'll see that it starts with L1 and it ends with L11. And what that is telling you is that this is the origination point and this is the ending point. And the good thing to know about that is that means that's the direction that the energy is flowing in. And the reason that is important is if you were to think about, I know some people won't be able to relate with this, but if you have long hair or if you ever had to comb the hair of a child with long hair, you notice that when you're combing, you can't start at the top because it develops knots and then you just can't get through. And so in order to get rid of all the knots, you'd start down lower on your hair and work your way up. Well, to me, that is the same thing I needed to do with my meridians. So like if I knew my lung meridian was blocked, I wouldn't start here because that would be like trying to get all the knots out at once. I would start down here further with my remedy or supplement or whatever it was I was using. And then I'd gradually work my way up to the main problem. Because then I'm giving my body what it can handle instead of trying to overload it with too much to do at once. And so another thing I also used, and another place is to find it that isn't necessarily acupuncture related, or meridian related, but I also referenced was this reflexology guide. And it was really handy because for here, this area of the foot is for the lung. And so if I'm putting on some essential oils that I needed and I wanted to target my lungs, I would put them on this area of my feet. And my other choice would be to put it someplace on my hands. And then you can also follow this and it'll show you where to put it on your hands, which I know is silly. I mean, because if you're going to be rubbing it on your feet, it's going to get on your hands anyway. But that being said, it's just good to know what you're actually doing. Because sometimes when I was like very sick, going back to the hair knotting analogy, the same was true with putting the oil on my hands. Sometimes I couldn't do both at the same time. So I would use the oil on this hand and I would rub it onto my left foot, wait a little while before I used this hand to put the oil on the other foot. And that would just gradually strengthen me a little bit faster or a little bit easier than trying to do it all at once. So, and then I also talked about it on my blog post is the teeth, your teeth, they also correspond to different parts for the different meridians in your body. And so with that. And then in case you're wondering who I am, I guess I forgot that part, was I'm Cindy Wilson. I go by the pen name of Cindy What If. I wrote Health Backwards, an original look from a different perspective. And basically my whole mission in life is to help people to see this, what I have called the dish philosophy. And I have some references down below in the bottom to show you where to go to get more information about that if you're interested. But it enabled me to regain my health when the healthy lifestyle and doing all the alternative medicine was not working for me. It helped me to figure out a way to do this step-by-step process that I talked about with the knots in the hair. So, and you might find it quite interesting because I truly believe I have come across what I call a complementary body system. And this body system is, I think, what determines whether or not a person has an opportunity to be well. But the nice thing about this body system is if it's not working for us, we can manually make it do its job until it's doing it for us. So, and that's what I have been doing for the last decade of my life. And not too bad considering in 2009, I was told I had 12 to 18 months left to live. So hang around. The partner meridian for the lung meridian is the large intestines, and that will be the next video.